English Leap Podcast.
Learn easy English with Speak English Like a Pro. Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real life conversations and real feelings at the same time.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. We are so happy you are here today. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, thank you for pressing play.
And today we are starting with a confession.
Oh no, a confession already? We just started.
Yes, right from the beginning. Here is the confession. Most English learners are improving every single day, and they have absolutely no idea.
No idea at all. They think they are stuck. They think they are failing. They think they are the only person in the world who has been studying English for 3 years and still cannot feel fluent.
And the truth is, their English is growing, quietly, steadily, in ways they are not measuring because they are measuring the wrong things.
Yes, they are looking for fluency like it is a finish line, a moment where everything clicks and suddenly you are perfect.
And that moment never comes the way they imagine it, so they assume nothing is working.
When actually, everything is working, just not in a dramatic, visible way.
So today, we want to fix that. Today, we are going to give you 6 real signs that your English is improving. Not the obvious ones, not you know more vocabulary than last year. The real ones, the ones you're probably missing.
The signs that live in your everyday moments and your brain and your feelings that you walk right past without noticing.
And we want you to listen to each one and honestly ask yourself, have I experienced this? Because we think you have, more than once.
And if you have, that is your evidence. Your English is moving. You just needed someone to point it out.
This is a B1 to B2 level episode. The language will be natural and clear. We will explain the strong vocabulary as we go. And near the end, we will have our word tour with 10 expressions from today.
And if you are a strong A2 listener, stay with us. Your brain will catch more than you think. It always does.
Before we dive in, one small request. If this podcast helps your English and your confidence, please like this episode and subscribe to the English Leap podcast. Every like and subscription helps more learners find us.
And in the comments today, we want to know, which of today's 6 signs have you already experienced? Write the number, just a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. We'll understand.
Or write all 6. That would make us very happy.
That would make us extremely happy. Okay, are we ready?
We are ready. Sign number 1.
Sign number 1.
You understand jokes.
Oh, this one is so underrated.
It is so underrated and so important because humor is one of the last things a language gives you. It requires you to understand timing, cultural context, wordplay, tone, and multiple meanings all at the same time.
Humor is the deep end of a language, and most learners are terrified of the deep end.
Yes, when you first start learning English, you understand the words, but you miss the funny. Someone says something and everyone laughs, and you smile and nod, and internally you think, I have no idea what just happened.
The polite laugh, the smile and nod.
Yes, the universal survival tool of every language learner.
I remember doing this so clearly. Someone would make a joke, and I would laugh half a second after everyone else because I needed the extra time to process.
The delayed laugh. Your brain was working so hard that the laughter came late.
Like a satellite signal. The joke arrived, but the response took a moment to travel back.
The satellite laugh. And then one day, something shifts. You hear a joke and you laugh at the right moment, without translating, without processing. The funny just lands.
And it feels extraordinary because it's not just language anymore. It's connection, real-time human connection in English.
That moment is huge, and most learners brush past it completely. They laugh, they move on, they never stop to think, wait, I understood that without effort. That's new.
So, if you have laughed at an English joke recently and the laugh was real and immediate, and you didn't have to think about why it was funny,
That's sign number one. Your English is improving. Write it down.
because that laugh is evidence.
Beautiful evidence. Okay, sign number two. And I think this one is my personal favorite.
What is it?
You catch your own mistakes.
Oh, yes, this one changes everything.
Because there are two very different stages of making mistakes in English. Stage one is when you make a mistake and you don't notice. You say the wrong word or the wrong tense and you keep going completely unaware.
Stage 2 is when you say something and immediately something inside you says, wait, that wasn't right.
You hear yourself. You have developed an internal ear for the language.
And that internal ear is one of the most significant developments in language learning. It means the correct version of English is now living inside your head.
It means the language has moved from your study notes into your instincts.
Yes, because you can't catch a mistake if you don't already know what correct sounds like. The fact that you hear the error means you carry the rule.
And a lot of learners feel frustrated when they catch their mistakes. They think, I keep making errors. I'm not improving.
When actually, the catching is the improvement.
Exactly. A beginner does not catch their mistakes. They don't hear them. The fact that you hear yours means you're no longer a beginner.
Think about it like music. A person who has never studied music cannot hear when a note is wrong, but a musician hears it immediately. The hearing is the skill.
And you have developed that skill in English. Your ear is trained enough to notice the wrong note.
So, next time you catch yourself saying something incorrectly and you fix it, don't feel embarrassed. Feel proud.
Feel genuinely proud because that moment of self-correction is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth.
Write it down. Sign number 2.
Okay, sign number three. And I think this one surprises people every time.
Curiosity. What is it?
You think in English without trying.
Oh, yes, this one is special.
Because when you first learn a language, everything goes through a translation process. You think in your native language and then you convert it into English, word by word, sentence by sentence.
And that process is exhausting. It's slow and heavy, and it makes you feel like you're always one step behind the conversation.
But at some point, for some thoughts, the translation step disappears. You just think directly in English.
And it often happens in the most ordinary moments. You're in the shower and you think, I need to buy milk today. And it comes in English. Nobody asked you to think in English. You just did.
The shower English thought.
Or you're walking somewhere and you narrate what you see. That dog is very small. That building is old. I'm hungry. All in English, without deciding to.
Your brain chose English on its own without being asked.
And that's remarkable because it means English is no longer a foreign object in your mind that you pick up and put down. It's starting to feel like home.
Like your brain has a room where English lives now, and sometimes it goes there on its own.
I love that image. A room where English lives.
And the room gets bigger the more you visit it, until one day it feels less like a room and more like a whole floor of the house.
And eventually, the whole house.
That's fluency, when English is the whole house.
So, if you have ever caught yourself thinking in English, even one sentence, even half a sentence, even just a word that arrived in English before your native language,
That's sign number three, and it's a beautiful one.
write it down.
Okay, sign number four, and this one is about other people.
Other people?
Yes, sign number four is that native speakers or more advanced speakers have stopped repeating themselves for you.
Oh, the repeat please phenomenon.
Yes, when you're at a lower level, conversations with native speakers have a very particular pattern. They say something, you look confused, they repeat it, maybe slower, maybe louder, maybe with simpler words.
And you feel this combination of gratitude and embarrassment every single time.
Yes, you're grateful they're patient, and you feel embarrassed that you needed them to slow down.
But then something changes. They say something, and you respond, naturally, without asking them to repeat, without the confused face.
And they just continue the conversation. No slowdown, no simplification, just a normal exchange between two people.
And you might not even notice it happens because it felt so natural.
That's exactly the point. It felt natural because something in your comprehension leveled up without announcing itself.
Your listening skills grew quietly in the background while you were focused on other things.
And now you're keeping up with conversations that 6 months ago would have lost you completely.
I remember the first time I had a full conversation with a native speaker, and at the end, I realized they hadn't repeated a single thing.
How did that feel?
Like I passed a test I didn't know I was taking. There was this quiet satisfaction, like, oh, I did that.
The secret invisible test, and you passed.
And nobody gave me a certificate, nobody said, well done. The conversation just moved on naturally.
Because that's what fluency feels like. Not a trophy, just a normal conversation that doesn't need a rescue.
So think about your recent conversations in English. Did someone repeat themselves for you? Or did things flow?
If things flowed more than they used to, even a little, that is sign number 4. Your comprehension is growing.
Write it down.
Sign number 5, and I think this one is the most emotionally powerful one on the list.
What is it?
You feel less afraid to be wrong.
Oh, that is a big one.
It is enormous because one of the biggest things that holds English learners back is not lack of vocabulary. It is not bad grammar. It is fear.
Fear of sounding stupid, fear of making a mistake in front of someone, fear of being judged for your accent or your errors.
And that fear is completely understandable because when you speak a second language, you are exposed in a way that feels very different from speaking your native language.
In your native language, you can be funny, articulate, nuanced, complex. You have the full range of who you are available to you.
In a second language, especially in the early stages, you can only access a fraction of yourself. And that gap between who you are and who you can express yourself to be is uncomfortable.
It feels like wearing clothes that do not quite fit. You are still you, but something is slightly off.
The ill-fitting language clothes.
Exactly. And because of that feeling, a lot of learners choose silence over risk. They stay quiet rather than try and fail in public.
But at some point, something shifts. The fear does not disappear completely, but it gets smaller, and you start talking anyway.
You make a mistake and you correct yourself and move on without dying of embarrassment.
Without dying.
Which, honestly, in the early stages, feels like a real possibility.
I know, the embarrassment feels life-threatening at first.
But then one day you say something wrong and someone gently corrects you and you think, okay, good to know, and you continue.
No spiral, no internal catastrophe, no replaying the moment for 3 hours afterward.
Just a correction and a continuation.
And that is massive because it means your relationship with being wrong has changed. You used to avoid wrong. Now you can survive wrong. Now wrong is just information.
And when wrong becomes information instead of evidence of failure, your English accelerates dramatically.
Because you start trying things you were too afraid to try before. Longer sentences, new vocabulary, conversations you used to avoid.
All the doors that fear was blocking start to open.
So ask yourself, are you less afraid of being wrong in English than you were a year ago? Even a little bit?
Even a tiny bit less afraid?
If yes, that is sign number 5, and it's probably the most important growth on this entire list.
Write it down.
Okay, sign number 6, the last one, and I saved this one for last on purpose.
Why?
Because it is the quietest sign, the easiest to miss, and the most meaningful when you finally see it.
What is it?
You enjoy English now.
Oh.
You genuinely enjoy it, not because you have to, not because of an exam or a job requirement, but because somewhere along the way, English stopped being a task and started being a pleasure.
And this happens so gradually that most people don't notice the transition.
You start watching a series in English and you realize you forgot to turn on the subtitles.
You listen to a song in English and you find yourself singing along without looking up the words.
You read something in English and you get absorbed. You stop noticing the language and start just living inside the content.
And that's the sign, when the language becomes transparent.
Transparent means you can see through it. The language stops being the thing you are looking at and becomes the thing you are looking through.
Like a window. When a window is clean, you don't notice the glass. You just see what's outside.
In the beginning, English is a dirty window. You are very aware of the glass. Every word, every grammar rule, every uncertainty is right there in front of you, blocking the view.
But as you improve, the window gets cleaner. And one day you look out and you just see the view, the story, the conversation, the joke, the idea. The glass has disappeared.
That's fluency. Not perfection, just a clean window.
And enjoyment is the sign that your window is getting cleaner.
Because you can't enjoy something you're constantly struggling to decode. Enjoyment means the decoding is becoming automatic.
It means the language is becoming easy enough to disappear into the background.
And this podcast is a good example. If you're listening right now and you're following the conversation, not catching every single word, but following the feeling and the ideas and the stories,
Then your window is already cleaner than you think.
you are already looking through the glass, not at it.
So if you've experienced even one moment recently where English felt enjoyable, where you laughed at something or got absorbed in something, or found yourself wanting more English rather than dreading it,
That is sign number 6. Write it down.
and honestly, if you experience all 6 signs while listening to this episode alone,
Then you have a lot of evidence today.
a lot of beautiful evidence.
Okay, let's quickly recap all 6 before we go into our word tour, because we want them to stay with you.
Sign number 1, you understand jokes. The humor lands in real time.
Sign number 2, you catch your own mistakes. Your internal ears trained.
Sign number 3, you think in English without trying. Your brain chooses English on its own.
Sign number 4, native speakers have stopped repeating themselves for you. Conversations flow more naturally.
Sign number 5, you're less afraid to be wrong. You try things you used to avoid.
Sign number 6, you enjoy English. The language is becoming transparent.
And 6 signs, and every single one of them is happening in learners who think they aren't improving.
So if you're one of those learners, we hope today changed something. We hope you leave this episode with a little more evidence and a little less doubt.
Because the doubt is lying to you. The progress is real.
And now, let's slow everything down for our word tour. 10 strong expressions from today explained clearly so you can use them in your own English.
Just listen or repeat after us. No pressure at all. Let's start.
First expression, underrated.
When something is underrated, it means it doesn't receive enough appreciation or recognition. People don't value it as much as they should.
For example, understanding humor in a new language is one of the most underrated signs of progress.
Or, sleep is underrated. Most people don't appreciate how important it is until they're exhausted. Repeat, underrated.
Underrated.
Slowly, underrated.
Next expression, internal ear.
Your internal ear is your ability to hear and judge language inside your own mind. It's your built-in sense of what sounds correct or incorrect in a language.
For example, after years of practice, she developed a strong internal ear for English. She could feel when something was wrong, even if she couldn't explain the grammar rule.
Or, reading a lot helps you develop your internal ear because you absorb correct patterns naturally. Repeat, internal ear.
Internal ear.
Take your time. Internal ear.
Next expression, self-correction.
Self-correction is when you notice your own mistake and fix it without anyone telling you. It's a sign of language awareness and growth.
For example, he made an error in his sentence, but immediately used self-correction and continued without losing confidence.
Or, teachers often encourage self-correction because it builds stronger language instincts than being told the answer. Repeat, self-correction.
Self-correction.
Slowly, self-correction.
Next expression, instinct.
An instinct is a natural, automatic feeling or response that happens without conscious thinking. When something becomes instinctual, you don't have to decide to do it. It just happens.
For example, after enough practice, some grammar rules become instinct. You just know what sounds right without explaining why.
Or experienced drivers use instinct for many small decisions. They don't consciously think about every move. Repeat. Instinct.
Instinct.
Take your time. Instinct.
Next expression, articulate.
When someone is articulate, they're able to express their thoughts and feelings clearly and effectively with words. An articulate person communicates with precision and ease.
For example, she was very articulate in her native language. Every idea came out clearly and with confidence.
Or learning more vocabulary helps you become more articulate in English. You have more tools to express exactly what you mean. Repeat. Articulate.
Articulate.
Slowly. Articulate.
Next expression, exposed.
When you feel exposed, you feel open and unprotected. Other people can see your weaknesses or uncertainties. There is nothing hiding you.
For example, speaking a second language can make you feel exposed because you cannot fully express who you are yet.
Or she felt exposed during the presentation because she was not confident in her English yet. Repeat. Exposed.
Exposed.
Take your time. Exposed.
Next expression, nuanced.
When something is nuanced, it has many small, subtle differences and layers of meaning. It is not simple or black and white. A nuanced understanding goes deeper than the surface.
For example, humor is very nuanced. The same joke can be funny in one culture and confusing in another.
Or her understanding of the situation was nuanced. She could see all the different factors involved. Repeat. Nuanced.
Nuanced.
Slowly. Nuanced.
Next expression, accelerate.
To accelerate means to move faster or to make progress more quickly. When your English accelerates, you are improving at a faster rate than before.
For example, when she stopped being afraid of mistakes, her English accelerated dramatically. She was trying more and learning more every day.
Or reading every day can accelerate your vocabulary growth significantly. Repeat. Accelerate.
Accelerate.
Take your time. Accelerate.
Next expression, transparent.
When something is transparent, you can see through it. In language learning, transparent means the language itself disappears and you just experience the meaning or the story behind it.
For example, when a language becomes transparent, you stop noticing the grammar and vocabulary and just absorb the content naturally.
Or his English was becoming transparent. He could read an article without stopping to look up words. Repeat. Transparent.
Transparent.
Slowly. Transparent.
And our last expression today, absorb.
To absorb something means to take it in naturally and fully, not by forcing or memorizing, just by being exposed to it until it becomes part of you.
For example, children absorb language naturally because they are surrounded by it constantly without the pressure of studying.
Or she absorbed the culture quickly because she was curious and open and paid attention to everything around her. Repeat. Absorb.
Absorb.
Take your time. Absorb.
And that was our word tour for today. 10 expressions you can use to talk about language learning, growth, and the quiet progress that happens inside you every day.
You do not need to remember all 10 right now. Just take one or two with you. Maybe transparent, maybe articulate, maybe instinct.
And write a sentence in the comments using one of today's words. Tell us about your own English journey. We read every single comment.
Okay, before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Yes, and it is this. Progress in English is not loud. It does not arrive with a fanfare or a notification or a certificate.
It arrives quietly, in a laugh that comes at the right moment, in a mistake you catch yourself making, in a thought that arrives in English before you asked it to.
In a conversation that flows, in a fear that feels smaller than it used to, in a moment when English stops feeling like work and starts feeling like home.
Those are your signs. They are already happening. You are already moving.
And on the days when you feel stuck and frustrated and like nothing is working, come back to this episode.
Listen to the 6 signs again. Check them against your own experience. Find your evidence.
Because the evidence is there. You just have to know where to look.
And we will always help you look.
That's what we're here for.
Always. Okay, if today's episode gave you a little more confidence in your English journey, please like it and subscribe to the English Leap podcast.
And share it with one English learner in your life who needs to hear today's message. The one who keeps saying, my English is terrible, when actually their English is growing every single day.
They need this episode more than they know.
This is Mia.
And this is Jason.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Keep going. The signs are already there. Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.